Welcome to our panel discussion of the Gold Cup Super Saturday. We got 4 Grade 1 races and also a Grade 2 race featuring the Gold Cup over 3,200 meters, a test of stamina, and I'm sure it's going to be an awesome day's racing. It brings down the curtain on the KwaZulu-Natal winter season and it promises to be a most spectacular event. In studio, I've got 2 very shrewd guests. On my right-hand side, I've got Garth Puller and also Joe Soma. Let's firstly introduce Garth to the public. Everybody knows you out there. You were in the saddle for many years. You've taken out your license as a trainer. Tell us about some of those top horses you've been associated with.
Oh, Sheldon, there's too many to remember. Over the airs, elevations, gate crashes, sledgehammers, great horses.
Now, you're telling me off air you've won all of the major races except the Gold Cup?
Yeah, the Gold Cup eluded me. I ran second on Big Charles after he won the July, but it's one race that I really wanted to win and never really got there.
Now, looking at the 3,200 meter trip, you're telling me it takes a special horse to win a Gold Cup.
Yeah, you know, I think it takes a fit horse with stamina and obviously a very sound horse. And then you're circumnavigating the course 1.5 times. I mean, you need luck in running. You need it in a 1,600, never mind a 3,200. So, it's got to be your lucky day.
Now, just looking at the field, 20 runners thundering past the grandstand. From a jockey's perspective, going into that first turn, what's going through the guys' minds?
Position, position, position.
So it's all about the position going into that turn and the rest all maps out.
That's sure.
Oh, that's great. Joe Soma, you've had 2 runners in the Gold Cup, 2 or 3 runners, you're telling me, and your string seems to be in very good nick at the moment.
Yeah, we've been fortunate enough with very loyal support from some nice owners that have come our way, and we've tried to grab the opportunity that's come with both hands, and it's been going very, very well, Sheldon. A nice quality string that we've tried to put together, and very happy with the season that we've had up to now. Great to be part of the Vodacom July. It wasn't the greatest race for us, but it was nice to be part of it, and as happy to be part of the Gold Cup. You know, always, I think 2 stalwart races of many years. I think all of us growing up when I was a kid and watched Garth ride, I was actually quite shocked that he told me that he hadn't won a Gold Cup. He would have taken poison that he did. You know, he rode so many great horses and so many big winners. But I think as children growing up, is one of the races that you dreamt of winning. It was, I believe, one of the big 4 in days gone by, you know. And I still think it is a great race to win, and as I say, glad to be part of it.
Got 2 top guests in the studio. Let's kick off with race number 5, which is the Tequini Stakes. It's Grade 1. It's for the 2-year-old fillies, and they go over the 1,600 meter trip. We'll have a look at the field. Number 1, Exelero, Washong Moorwing rides for the Mark de Kock stable. You got horses like number 4, Along Came Polly from the Gavin van Zyl stable, possibly the best maiden in the country. She's running 3 feature races for 3 second positions. Number 5, Osetri Pink. You got to feel is going to have a say, just needs to overcome a bit of a barrier. Joe Soma's got number 6, Athina. Colnesius jumps aboard, and she's a horse who's really thrived here in KwaZulu-Natal. She's won her last 2 races back to back, and I'm sure we'll get a word from Joe, and he'll give us some confidence about number 6, Athina. Number 7 is Celtic Legend. Anthony Del Pesh rides for the Mark de Kock stable. That's the first 7 runners. We'll move on to the second page. Number 8, For the Lad. She came and won on Vodacom Durban July Day. She won the Golden Slipper. Number 9, Glorious Moment from the Mark Miller stable. And down the page you got number 13, which is Tiger Quest. This is the Mount of Pierce Stratum for the Dominique Zaki stable. It's a Grade 1 event. We got For the Lads, the Golden Slipper winner, and she's definitely going to make her presence felt in this lineup. Now, Garth, just looking at this race, there's a lot of horses who ran on Vodacom Durban July Day, and they were quite close up behind For the Lads.
Yeah, it's very competitive. I mean, obviously, I think the new blood coming into the race, I think Joey's filly's a smart filly, the one to look out for. And I think For the Lads, obviously, will run a good race, but I think it might have taken a bit out of her, the July. It's not easy back to back.
Looking at a horse like number 4, Along Came Polly. She's been runner-up in all 3 of her starts today. She's possibly the best maiden in the country.
Shogun.
Along Came Polly.
Oh, okay.
Shogun is a 1-time winner, so he's the best novice in the country.
I'm saying, so just be careful. It's Gavin's, I'm just joking. Yeah, look, she's obviously done well. It's nice to have seen her to break her maidens first. She's up against it here. I think these are smart fillies. She'll probably run a very good race. The stable's on form, but I still think, not because Joey's sitting here, I think the filly to beat is probably Joey's filly.
Let's first have a look at For the Lads' last run. That's in the Golden Slipper. We'll take a look at that footage, and then we'll come back for a wrap-up.
them. Racing about 10 lengths off the leaders as they really start to stretch out. And the favourite, Happy Valentine, using her stride there by 2.5, but Winter Star hot on the trail on the outside. Love from Els at the rail gets a couple of reminders. Berlinetta behind these and Dover Beach. Top of the lane, Happy Valentine clear by 2. Winter Star the main danger at the 350 metre marker. Seacat looks to run on. Happy Valentine telling them to come out and catch her. Masked Lady, Arcetri Pink's looking to run on for the lads the last 100. Happy Valentine's digging down the last bit, but she gets weary, and Masked Lady's running on for the lads, Arcetri Pink. Masked Lady for the lads, erupting through, and for the lads won it. Along came Polly, flew up in a photo with Masked Lady, and then came Arcetri Pink behind these.
A good victory from For the Lads, picking them up that last 200 and running on through the beaten horses. Interesting comment from Joe, that last 400 to finish, it was quite wet on the day, a lot of 27 seconds there.
Yeah, very unusual, Sheldon. They, a lot of them looked like they were finishing quite strongly for the lads. Along came Polly, Paul Lafferty's filly, at my, whatever her name is.
Admiral's Eye.
Admiral's Eye. But if you look at the 400 to finishes, 27.1 Admiral's Eye, 26.9 along came Polly, and the winner For the Lads finished in 26.8. So the gain must have been very heavy. The guard said it was, it was dead going. So in looking at that race, I've got to say that of the horses that ran in that race, I think they'll battle to beat For the Lads. I don't think anything was making it up. She was finishing stronger. They gained the extra 200 meters. So I've looked at it like that. I've deleted all the horses that ran behind For the Lads in the race, and that leaves me with, I thought, two horses in the race that might challenge her for the honours. Being Mark Bass's filly, Alaskan Maiden. I think that number 3, Alaskan Maiden. I thought a very good run at Clearwood the last run. For the Lads was behind it as well. So I still don't know if this 2-year-old form for fillies is working out, but obviously a good jockey, good trainer, off a good draw. Could be a danger. And obviously my filly, chaps are all raving about her. Sean Cormack's raved about her. Don't take cognizance that he's not riding her because he wanted to ride her, but he had already made arrangements with Paul Lafferty after the July race that he was going to ride that filly, then they wouldn't let him off. But very, very happy to have a man who's ridden many Grade 1 winners. I think there's about a year between Garth and Carl, but very happy with the experience that I've got on board. And she's working very well. She's as well as she's been for the last start. So it's hard to make horses good things in Grade 1s, but I feel that we've got a massive chance here.
Let's take a look at that last run of Athina when winning a juvenile plate at Clearwood and see what all the hype is about.
By 2, Princess Ayana second. Athena's going to go through down the inside. They're followed by Mystical Mouse, Jamboree touching base, Sacania. Coco's the leader. Athena now becomes the danger on the inside, still under the hands towards the outside. Mystical Mouse coming down to the 200. Coco the leader, but Athena's putting on big pressure. And Athena goes on by, and they're not going to get to this one. And Athena's got it one to win it and easing up by about 2 lengths. Second position will go to Coco. Third place, Semra just gets up close for 4th, Princess Ayana or Sacania.
Let's briskly move along to race number 6, the Premier's Champion Stakes. It's Grade 1 over the 1600 metre trip. We'll take a look at those runners. The slide will pop up shortly there. You've got the likes of Kochka, Forest Indigo. There we go. Number 3 is Exelero, Vaughan Marshall, MJ Bailefeld. Number 4, Forest Indigo, Kevin Shea rides for Alec Laird. This won the Golden Horseshoe on the big race day. Down the page, number 7, Heart of a Lion, who's really come to form from the Gavin Van Zyl stable. Number 8, Judicial, from the Shrewd Tyrone Zaki's stable. Number 9 is Kochka, beaten that short head. Glenn Hatt jumps back aboard, and they'll be looking to do the business come big race day. Let's get straight on to the replay. We'll take a look at Forest Indigo winning the Golden Horseshoe at Greybull, and then we'll come back for a wrap. After that, we'll watch Exelero, and then we'll get our 1-2 from our guest in studio.
To the outside, Willow Magic, Norman's the white cap. Chestnut's Rocket, Risky Roscoe towards the inside. Zambezi Torrent, they fan across the track. Full Combat still got 6-7 lengths to make up. And Captain of All, the one to get to. Forest Indigo's running on. Willow Magic now looks to apply the pressure. But still, Captain of All's clear by 2. Forest Indigo looks to run on late on the outside. Forest Indigo, Captain of All. Kochka's absolutely flying between them. Very, very close. Forest Indigo. Or up the inside, Kochka, Captain of All going to the post.
Wow, what a finish down to the line. Those thoroughbreds all racing to the post with Forest Indigo coming up a short head. Now, Garth, just looking at that run, do you think Forest Indigo could retain that form and win again?
Oh yes, definitely. I mean, he did nothing wrong at all. Finished strongly, but it is a very competitive race. I mean, there's a couple of horses I singled out here. I do think that the Vaughan Marshall horse is something special. Exelero, I think that's a very good horse, and Gavin van Zyle's horse. You know, Chesney's done nothing wrong in Transvaal. He's just handed it over to Dad and put the pressure on him. 3 in a row and 3 smart races. So this is a competitive race.
Joe, what's your outlook on the race? Who would be your top 2?
I've got to agree with Garth with Vaughan Marshall's horse Exelero. If you look the first time he ran, he had Forest Indigo behind him, so he has to have improved with the experience behind him. Very, very impressed. His next start, one as he liked. I think he's even going to get better, with more racing behind him. I've just got a feeling when I watched the race again, I thought the runner-up Koshka came from behind Forest Indigo in that the Golden Horseshoe. I'm going to stick my neck out and say I think that Koshka will turn the tables on Forest Indigo because he came from behind with the extra 200 meters as well. I think that those two will fight it out, Exelero or Koshka, but it's a very difficult race. As Garth mentioned, heart of a lion, absolutely nothing wrong. Forest Indigo, you've got to respect, and there's also been, even though he's still a maiden, Gone Baby Gone. Mark the Cock rates it quite highly, but I believe it'll be fought out between 3, 9 and the 4, Forest Indigo.
Let's take a look at Exelero's run in the Gatecrasher Stakes at Clearwood, where he was rumoured to be unbeatable. Subsequently, he came out and smashed the opposition.
Further back by Kono. Colour of Courage got about 5 or 6 lengths to make up. 500 to go. Exelero still with the lead. On the outside, Forest Panther. Alarifa's on the inside trying to put in a claim. Buffalo Bull towards the outside. Forest Indigo. 300 to go. Exelero still leads them as they come to the 200. Zambezi Torrents running on. Forest Indigo still right there. Exelero is now being asked the question. Zambezi Torrent is on the outside over the last 100. And Zambezi Torrent comes into the lead from Exelero. Zambezi Torrent won it. Exelero second. Third, Forest Indigo. Fourth place, maybe Bodybuilder.
You got to say that was a cracking run from Exelero. He was making his debut around the turn, not disgraced. He then came out and he put the field to sleep. So Garth, just looking at the amount of improvement he's going to make, he could end up being the horse to beat. Your top 3?
No, this is definitely the horse to beat. I mean, he ran in a feature first time out, and they didn't give it to him. He had to work around the turn to take up the run in. He was caught out wide, and he had to use him. He settled in front, turned for home, relaxed, full of running. It looked like they were going to swamp him halfway down the straight. They moved out all sides and attacked. He got the better of them, and only a decent horse with 2 runs experience outran him at the finish. And he was beaten on greenness. I'll stick my neck out and say he will definitely turn the tables on the winner next time. And he obviously improved. He won very easily, and I think he's the horse to beat.
Joe, your top 3 in the race?
Once again, Exelero for me as well. I've got to agree with Garth. I like Koshka. I think that even though it's drawn badly, I don't think they're going to change tactics with him. They're going to give him a chance. And the third horse, I mentioned Gone Baby Gone, but I'm looking at Mark de Kock's unbeaten horse Umgio, who's rated very highly as well. Anthony Delpish off from a good draw. Got to respect that as well. And maybe a little bit of Willow Magic. I know we're looking for 3, but I've heard that Sean Terry was telling me that they're going to try and tuck him in and try and get the mile. You know, last time he felt that they might have raced him a bit handy. But I'm quite positive here that this could be one of the bets of the day, Exelero. I've been very impressed with his action, and he looks like a bull of a horse.
That's fighting talk from the panel about